Okay, you guys, your next comic. This guy does all the clubs, man. He's a really funny guy. Give it up for Scott Spinelli.
Hello. I doing some soul searching recently, and I discovered a couple things about myself, which I'm going to share with a bunch of strangers. I discovered two of my favorite things in this world are women and black men, and for a reason, it's a more accepting crowd. I was expecting people to be like, "Ew, black men," but the reason is more. I want to be with women, and I want to be like black men. Largely because there's certain things that black men can do that they're just way cooler than white people can do. And for whatever reason, did somebody say, "Yup"? Yeah. Well, you're right. You are correct. I'm going to get to that later. Just stay in your seat, because it's the way I'm setting it up is it's going to come at the end. Those jokes. But no, for whatever reason, in my current social situation, I'm having an easier time finding black men to be friends with than women of any kind to have sex with. And that's an unfortunate dynamic, because I know someone who's unhappy about that. But it's not working out in my favor recently. Like I'm so out of the loop. I mean, I think the last good date idea I had was I took a girl to go see The Bucket List, a nice romantic comedy. It looked funny in the trailer. I didn't see the ending. I didn't catch the terminally ill patient part. I missed that. But it was a mistake. That was a big mistake. Didn't go well at the end of that night. But anyway, I'm not with my relationship with women at this point is kind of like a zoo experience. I go out to make sure that they're being treated fairly. I keep my distance, don't talk to them. I don't buy them food because they're not coming home with you anyway. You know, it's sort of just like a stay over here. Good to see that you're being treated humanely. Captivity works well, and I don't really want to talk to them. But yeah, I decided that instead of talking with women, I'm gonna pick up video games again, because I figured what better way to get women back in your life than staring at a computer screen for hours a day and playing a computer simulation. So that was really what I decided I was gonna get back into. The problem now though is that video games are far too realistic. They're out of control how realistic they are. Like I was playing a baseball game that actually got rained out. And last time I told that joke, no one laughed. I was like, has that happened to you? Like I was so stunned by this, I actually checked the weather outside to see if that had any impact on like what the fuck is going on? Like, I was like, am I gonna get to play tomorrow? They're like, we'll see what the weather's like. Tune in tomorrow. It's a video game. I paid for you. You play like when I tell you to play. This is not an option. I didn't think this worked this way. But it's all this Wii. The Wii is the problem. Wii Fit. I mean, come on, that's exercise. It's exercise. You know, if you can afford that, just buy some running shoes. Get out there while we still have the sun. You know, enjoy it. You know, go do something. Exercise fans, good. I got pockets in the left side there. I feel like the problem though is like eventually these Wii games are gonna get so realistic it's just gonna be like Wii errands, where you you drive to the store to get milk and you get home and you forgot to pick up stamps. Like that's the game. That's all there is. That's all there is to it. Wii nagging, where you just have your headset on and your significant other just jabs. Left ear, right ear, left ear. Watch the TV, left ear, right ear. Wii unsatisfactory oral sex comes with a cordless responsive cock sleeve. You know, the whole thing, like you just have in addition to the wheel for Mario Kart. But I'm sure that they're working on that. But speaking of penises, I was watching. I came across this part is honest. I actually did. I'm gonna trip over this wire. I saw the show Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and as I alluded to in the beginning, I like women, and I like even better, I like naked women. And so I was watching. I went to go see. I wanted to see what that Kim Kardashian sex tape was. I know that's like years ago. Like might as well make like a, I don't know, insert old reference here. Like everybody's fucking seen that. But I went to see it, and I have to tell you, from a purely like aesthetic viewpoint, that was the most amazing penis I've ever seen. It was incredible. It had like a right angle. It was like I've never seen a dick with an elbow, and that's essentially what he had going on. It was like, if I may demonstrate, for those of you that don't have elbows. He had to like shimmy. It was like a this motion. It was incredible, and I like I said, I mean I don't like penises other than my own, but this one was A-okay in my book. But no, I like I said in the beginning, I want to be a black, I don't know if well, that's not true. I don't want to be a black guy, but I want to be able to do certain things that black men can do that are cooler by virtue of the fact that they are black. Like, I want to be able to name, like, I can't name my kid, I'm Jewish, and I cannot name my kid, like, the names that are, like, Jewish names, like Abraham, like Shlomo, and these sort of things, like, are not, like, they're not cool. They're not cool at all. Like, I want to be able to name, I'm never going to be able to name my kid like a version of the name Marcus, like Jamarcus, or Dumarcus, or Lamarcus, or Trumarcus. Like, these names are all out of my playbook. They're all gone. They're on the Raiders. Like, they're not going to play for me. You know, they're not. And like 10 times out of 10, if there's a Tremarcus and an Abraham, Tremarcus is the baddest motherfucker in school, and nobody's fucking with him. Abraham might do his taxes down the road, but that's a whole different story. But like, I just, like, I'll give you an example, just like phone conversation that like my friends that are black have said. Like, one of my buddies called me up, he's like, yo, it's the blackest person you know, holler at me, peace. So I called him right back. I was like, excuse me, this is the whitest person that you have ever had the pleasure of making your acquaintance. If you could call me back at your earliest convenience, that would be superb. Thank you. Like, nobody probably looked at him when he was walking down the street. Like, just because, you know, he's just being cool, talking, you know? Me, I would get all sorts of looks if I didn't actually leave a message like that. That's ridiculous. You know, like, nobody can talk, like, we can't talk like that. Like, it's just asinine. Like, the things that I just wish I just want to be able to do that. I want to be able to say, yo, it's the whitest person you know. Holler at me. Peace. You know, like, good afternoon, salutations. You know, like, it would never, how do I hang this up? It's just, it doesn't work that way. We're like, right now, I'm not as cool. I'm like awkward. Like, this guy at work answers the phone. He'll say, what's poppin'? That's how he answers the phone. At work, this is how he answers the phone when like the boss calls. Like, I don't even I think I'm like racially obligated to say the G in popping. Like, I can't even get away with saying, what's popping? Like, I've got to hit that G at the end there. There's like you gotta get it. But like, I guess the best story that I've ever had with this, I mean, I guess you guys will be the final determinant of whether or not it's a good story, but I think it's pretty fucking good. I had a friend, no, he's still alive. I have a friend who is, he's feeling well. Spoke to him a couple days ago. He's a black man, and he and I were talking about our favorite superheroes. That's something that I feel like is distinctly a male conversation. Like, you're never gonna hear like two women like, you know, I love the Green Hornet, because that would never, I just don't feel like that occurs. Maybe I don't know enough women, as I alluded to at the beginning, but so we're discussing, you know, like, all right, I was like, I like Batman, and like the white person in me is, the white person that I am is saying, you know, I get caught up because I watch the NBA and it's just like, you know, I feel like, I'm like, I like, you know, my utility belt, and it's really cool. He's got all these functionality. It's really awesome. And he says to me, I swear to God, he goes, yo, you know why I like Batman? Because that motherfucker's like 50 Cent. They both got shot. They both took bad situations in their life, turned it around, and made the best out of them shits. I'm like, oh my God, that is incredible. And he said it so convincingly. I was like, you do know that Batman's not real? He's like, yeah, but he keeps it real. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good night.
Scott Spinelli, everybody.